this interest rate drama is getting out of hand. So to keep it short, Donald Trump wants lower interest rates. If he gets lower interest rates, he'll be able to refinance the national debt, which saves us billions of dollars on interest, and it will feel like the economy is doing really well as long as we have lower interest rates, because low interest rates mean cheap money to borrow, which means you can go buy houses for cheaper, you can go buy cars for cheaper, right? The actual amount isn't what's important. It's people's perceived amount, which is what they spend every month, right? If they can spend less on their house and less on their car and less on their credit cards every month, it feels like we have more money. But inflation is a result of money printing. And we did a ton of money printing from 2020 until now. Just in 2020, we increased the money supply by about 40%, which means since 2020, everything should be about 40% more expensive, but it doesn't feel that it's that more expensive because we have high interest rates, because we're discouraging people from going and borrowing money. That's the reason Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, doesn't want to increase interest rates. So Trump, since day one, has been saying he wants lower interest rates. Jerome Powell, since Trump came into office, has been saying, too bad you're not getting them, right? Jerome Powell's term is up in May of next year. So we've got about 10 more months. And then the president does nominate the next Federal Reserve chair. So we're almost certainly getting a Federal Reserve chair who's going to promise to lower interest rates in May, right? So next May, we're probably getting lower interest rates. For the last 2 weeks, there's been a scheduled speech from Jerome Powell that starts in about 25 minutes. And that speech would have probably, who knows what he's going to say, right? He's probably going to talk about interest rates. He's probably going to talk about a lot of other things in the economy. All interesting stuff to me, probably boring to a lot of you. But the interesting thing is that just yesterday, the Department of Justice filed criminal charges against Jerome Powell, who's set to speak in 20 minutes. And those criminal charges are for perjury, for lying to Congress, because they're renovating the Federal Reserve building. It went way over budget. He had to testify about why it went over budget. And allegedly, a lot of those reasons he gave were wrong. They were lies, knowingly wrong. So the big question is he going to speak about the charges that he's just been given? Is anybody going to ask him about these charges that have just been given? And the big question is, if these charges can be brought to trial, or even not, right? Can these be used as leverage by Trump to get him to step down so that he can nominate the person who he wants to nominate, probably Scott Bessent, and get lower interest rates sooner? We don't know, but we'll know in 20 minutes. I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to make another video for you so you guys know too.